Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I ordered some motors for the Cessna 150, and you could only get them in a pack of 10. But, and I was looking for something small, and believe you and me, I got something small. That's small. I measured some calipers and measured, see here, here's the firewall and the top and the bottom front cowling, and shopped around on Amazon and found some electric motors that were just tiny as you could want, I suppose, for a project like this. Let's hook one up and see how it runs. Okay, I know it's hard to see, but I got some leads soldered on it, and I got 3 volts here, and it's in that clamp with that little piece of tape. Let's see what 3 volts does to it. Whoop. Well, it spins pretty damn fast. So, I guess we got a functional motor. Shit. Probably gonna be pretty good breeze coming off that model airplane propeller once we get this finished. So, moving forward with the wing. Okay, so the wing's dried, and you got the wingtip lights. If the camera will focus. Yeah, after a little bit of finagling, I got them pretty straight. So what I want to do now is put a drop of glue on there. I got some CA glue here. This is the medium thickness stuff. You can get it with a spray activator, and it'll instantaneously dry it. You won't even have to wait. You won't wait for nothing after this stuff sets up. Or you put the activator spray on it. So you just want to get them just the way, as straight as possible and flush as possible in that little slot area, right? You're going to build models. You're going to need a pair of tweezers to position things. Okay. Alright. So this is what we want. So we'll take a drop, let it flow down. And I'm going to hit this from the bottom, I think, first. Hit it with the activator. That'll set up in seconds. That's it. Those things are there. And then later on, we'll get the other side here. Take a look at these two guys. And these are about perfect right here. I ain't going to mess with these. These are in far better position than the other two were. I spent about 5 minutes off camera just trying to mess with those other two. So I'm going to see if I can get these to tilt up a little bit, because you're going to be looking at the model from the top there most of the time anyway. Later on, when the model starts coming together and you pick an exit point for all your wiring, and you get them all together, and you're still working on it a little bit and putting the final pieces on and all that kind of stuff, you're going to want to hook a battery up to all of the wires and put a label on them somewhere, just so you can keep track, so that when it comes down to final assembly, you can tie in all the strobe lights so they'll all flash off the strobe unit. You can tie together all running lights that are steady on, so they'll all stay on together. That way, once it all comes time for final assembly, it won't take as long. Be a lot easier. So anyway, there's those two. There you go. Okay. Now the next tricky part will be painting the right wing, one of these red, and on the left wing one green, and then you leave the other one white for the strobe. Okay, I think I got a wingtip done, and this is kind of just like setting together. So I'm gonna prop this up and just zoom in, and I'll show you the process on the other wingtip. There. So we got a red wingtip. If it'll show up in the video, it looks more red to the human eye than it does the video. And I got the strobe hooked up. So I'm going to show you what I did here. Okay, so here we are at the other wingtip. And I was thinking, what kind of material am I going to use to form a fairing around this to make it look more finished? And I thought, I could use Elmer's glue, I suppose, and let it dry, and that would kind of work. But then I had some of this stuff, and this right here is Minwax wood putty, and this is something you can buy in colors. So I just opened this up and took a little BB of this stuff out and rolled it up in a little ball, and pressed it and formed it around those two lights right there. And I know it looks kind of crappy right now, but the wing's not painted. I'll be able to mask that off, and that'll look a lot sharper later on. But that's what I did. And then after I got that on, I got the red paint out and just turned on the light and started dabbing over it until I got the red effect that I was looking for. So now, when it comes time to paint the wing, I'll cut little tiny pieces of masking tape and mask that all off. And once I spray it, it'll look fine. So that's how I did that. So that's what I'm gonna do with the other side too. Okay, so now we got the other wingtip finished. I know it looks rough, but like I said before, this is just getting it together, getting it working, and mask it off and paint it, and it'll look good. All the lights are painted and installed in the wing, and now we get to go on to the fun part of trying to put two lights and a rudder on that little tiny fuselage. So now you can see what all of it looks like together. Both the strobes are going, the landing lights on, and the colored wingtips are working. I'll cut off the lights. That wingtip landing light, well, that's really out there. You can paint a little white paint over that, or just put the clear piece over it with a pair of tweezers or whatever, and kind of see how it's going to go when it's all finished. Then you can decide whether or not you're going to dumb that down a little bit with some white paint, because you don't want it to blow out the rest of the lights. It'll detract away from the rest of the model. But anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in, and take care.